If then maybe neither here nor there. I mean, it's high time we sort of like start being critical of these people. Let's push them. Let's probe them. Let's really push them to the walls so that they can actually bring their facts to the public. It's not difficult. All you need to do is just do a screenshot, put it out somewhere, use an anonymous account or whatever the case may be, and then yeah, we know where we are. Because the thing is, look, where we are, this whole situation, maybe we're talking about the same thing next year. How do we know this time next year? We don't know. We don't know where it's going to go. There's no timeline on this situation. So, and I can see as I'm trying to wind down, I can see people still putting in requests. So as we're winding down, let's have Susie Empire, Susie for Justice. If you've been listening and you have anything in the guise of summary, we're talking about Belegushi, the emergence of the story that will never go away. Is actually sort of like sprung up from nowhere. And because it has, that's why we're having the conversation. Is there substance to it? Do they have proof? Are we just looking for another distraction because the public is actually asking Joseph a salient question about how they've mismanaged all the money, all the public money that is within their confines. And the only thing they can do right now is to do what they do best, and if it is allegedly, to just look for another cause to malign, disalign this whole process and distract wherever the case may be. So let's have you, Susie Empire, Susie for Justice. Thank you.
Okay, good morning, everybody. Happy Friday to each and one of you. Yeah, for me.
Good morning, Susie Peperempe.
I agree with him, number one. Number two, IT just said something. You see, money, big money is in question right now. And the whatever voice note that is going on is a stun. And I keep on saying this. These two family of Aloba and family of Adebanjo, they are playing game with us. And it's just a pity that these two family is using the demise of Mohbad to profit, because what they are doing now, they are playing a chess game with us, the two family, chess game with the public, not with themselves. You know, they play a chess game in the public, they go behind the scene. Wumi need to come out and do the DNA of this baby. And the more we talk about the baby, the more Wumi become famous, the more people will pity this girl for what has happened. For what has happened. So you see, all the game they are playing, they don't want to answer questions of what happened to Mohbad. And that's why they are trying to divert the public attention. Public who really want justice for this boy. They are diverting our attentions by bringing things that is not relevant for Mohbad's justice. You see, these two families, what they are bringing what is not relevant to that will get Mohbad justice. So to me, it's a distraction. If a Wumi can go to stage and collect trophy, I call it trophy, I don't call that shit award. You know, and she cannot mention at the end of her speech and say the remain of my husband is still lying there. Please, as you give me this award, one thing is still remaining. I need justice for my husband. She cannot say it. And she can say Liam is our son. They are playing game with us. So for me, Oba Elegushi, if you get a hold of anybody, accusing you of this child, which the two family refuse to do the right thing, to take this child off the internet space, Elegushi should deal with them. Deal with them the best way you can deal with them. Baba Mohbad know who is the father of that baby. Wumi is the mother of the baby. It's only a mother that can know the father of her child. Wumi knows. I put out a question for Wumi on several occasions. They never answered our questions. And I still stand by that. I'm not accusing Oba Elegushi, but I asked Wumi a simple question. On several occasions, that question has not been answered. So, Wumi should go ahead. If she believes that that child is Mohbad's child, then to clear the boy's image and the boy's future, let her go ahead and do the DNA. Otherwise, then Oba need to, it's not his business, but this is becoming something that will spoil his reputation. Then she should put a clear message out there for Wumi. Wumi, you go do the DNA and let this public leave me alone. Public is not going to leave Oba Elegushi alone. That's the bottom truth. Public, when you deal with public, you deal with a different set of human being altogether. They can come up and put anything on you, and that thing will stand. So, Oba Elegushi need to do the needful, whether to get somebody and use somebody as a scapegoat. Arifa's own is not enough. Maybe real scapegoat, then this will stop. Or tell Wumi, I don't know what you're doing. Get something done and let these people leave me alone. Public will always be a public. You can't overshadow public. You might stop somebody, another set of group people will come up again and come after you. So he too have work to do too to get this off the table. So thank you, everybody. That's all I have to say.
IT, can I come in for a second?
All right. Thank you so much, Susie, for Justice Susie Empire. All right. Yeah, Aquina, Becky, go on. I think after you, we'll have Dolly P. So go on. Thank you.
Okay. So this is what I want to say. Like, since morning, we have been talking about assuming, being objective, and all that. One thing I'm not going to make reference to anyone. Wumi is going to do the DNA. And people need to understand the problem I have with the other side is that people are not willing to be objective. Your assumptions are your assumption. Truth, your truth, whatever you call the truth, is subjected to analysis and elimination. Facts are what we have. We have facts with the judiciary right now. So before you come here accusing Wumi of what she has done and what she has not done, the DNA case is in courts. Baba chose not to follow up. Wumi, for the goodness of her son, would do the DNA. And doing that, Wumi will not come here and tell you, unlike Baba, and tell you what she's doing behind closed door. You are nobody. In the grand scheme of things, we are not the family. And I want to make this thing clear too. You see this justice for Mohbad or whatever we call it that is going on, is only on TikTok. And within TikTok is only within certain group of people. Nobody gives a damn about this, what is going on. Because it's nonsense. You will not find people on Instagram doing this. You will not go to Twitter and find people doing this. And also Facebook people who are depressed are the ones that are pounding this thing. The truth is there. The evidence are clear. Facts is facts. It can't be changed. Whatever you call truth is subject to analysis and elimination. Just because you think truth is not, it's not facts. We have said this a lot today. So coming here And people, I don't get it. DNA is in courts, and legal proceedings take time. There are proceedings that are going on. People are taking steps. Wumi will not come here and talk to any one of you or anybody and tell you, this is what I'm doing. This is what I know. When the results come out, it will be printed to the whole world for the whole world to see. If you like, you can go around and call Obelegusi's name. Nobody gives a damn. Wumi has moved on. With regards to the award she went for, if she had gone there and said, "Oh, this," people say she's playing the pity card. She did what she needs to be, what she think was the best. And if it's not best enough for anyone, she is subject to criticize. You can criticize her anyhow you want, and that's fine. But she owes no one. You know, the audacity that we have on this TikTok is just getting on my. You want this girl to do DNA. She has to go through legal route to make sure this thing is monitored. Because if she goes out there and do the DNA and come back and say it's positive or whatever, people will still scrutinize it and say, oh, it's a lie. And then she's taking the necessary steps. People are not patient enough. She would not come out there and analyze it to anyone. When it's ready, she will bring it out. Since Baba has chosen not to follow up with what is needed, instead of you guys pushing that man who has said that his grandson is not his to go, who should be? Now, you accuse me of something. You are the one who's supposed to prove me wrong. Instead, they let him go. And then it's Wumi, 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 Wumi. Wumi, look, since you guys have been calling her and this thing started, she has really come out with colors. She has won every battle in this case. Is that you? I don't get it. We need to stop being emotional, be objective, go with the facts, and stop beating around the bush. This thing is getting irritating. It is. I don't talk about this IT on my own platform, Wumi's platform. When they started this DNA stuff, I stopped going to my platform because it's so irritating. But I came here because both sides are here and we can have some dialogues. So this is what I have to say. This thing is just on TikTok. No, people have moved on. There is nothing there. There's nothing anywhere. It doesn't matter. No matter what propaganda, no matter what you guys try to spin up, the facts are facts. Whatever you call the truth, your truth is subject. It will be subject to analysis and elimination. It doesn't mean it's facts. Bring some concrete evidence. Stop spinning propaganda. Stop spinning your own.
I think, please, can you give me opportunity to ask her a little bit of questions?
Go ahead.
Okay. Now, I believe you're a mother, right?
Yes, I'm a mother.
Okay. Now, I'm going to ask my question back to back.
Go ahead.
It looks like from your speech this morning, it looks like you are speaking on behalf of Wumi, and you are strongly for Wumi. I'm not for Wumi. I'm not for Baba Mohbad. I am for Mohbad. The question I've been asking from day one: who killed Mohbad? Why do they kill him? And we deserve to know. You said depressed people on street of TikTok. That is an insult to some of us. We are not depressed. We are true mothers who really feel, as a mother who carry baby in their stomach for 9 months. We feel what happened to Mohbad. And Wumi makes some of us feel that way. The way Wumi herself, has presented the death of Mohbad to we, the public, from the beginning. Make us feel that something happened to Mohbad and Mohbad was killed. Now, the same industry god that Wumi accused of not letting her speak, the same industry god called her to give her a trophy right? You're a mother. Yes, you're a mother. So,
Can you please, Susie, when you,
hold on, let me.
no, wait, 1 second. We've had a very, very factual conversation. You've come with these narratives and all these things that don't link
It's
up
not
again.
narrative. It's not
You
narrative.
have just been saying
It's
things
your
that
narrative.
don't
Susie.
even.
Those are your narratives.
Who did she? When
There
did she
are
say
no
industry
evidence
got
to
called
back
her?
what you
It's
say.
not narrative. It's not narrative. Now,
Finish. Let's
question I
finish.
want to ask you guys. The question that I want to ask you guys this morning. Despite that Baba Mohbad is there doing his nonsense, is scamming the public to make money off the public on the death of his son. Okay? That one aside. Allegedly, Baba Mohbad did an autopsy and toxicology. Inconclusive. Okay. Wunmi presented to us from the beginning that something happened to the husband. Okay? Something happened to him, they should come and take their trophy. I'm quoting Wunmi now. Is it not okay for Wunmi also, if truly, for what you guys are saying, Wunmi cannot pronounce, I want justice for my son. That's okay by you guys. Okay? Now, we are getting inconclusive results from the government who is supposed to help get Mohbad justice. Inconclusive. Then the so-called father, a carpenter father that became a musician now and popular now, came up again with one result from Spain or Netherlands or from where? Inconclusive. What is the effort Wunmi is making to attack these two entities? Baba Mohbad is an entity now. Government is an entity. They come up with inconclusive. As Wunmi make any attempt to disagree with these people, question to all of you. Answer me.
Okay, Excavate, let me do my own because I know you have deep one. Susie, the first problem we have over here is because you don't know the facts. Those who were in the house, the reason why Wunmi will not come out and challenge anything is because she has said what happened. And what she said happened is what the autopsy is giving us and the toxicology is giving us. So there is no reason for her to come and challenge anything. All the people in the house, because you guys go around, a lot of people go around and said there was no investigation done. Let me finish, Susie. There was investigation carried out by the government. You guys, if you think that was not enough, that's why you have Baba went for legal representatives. It was in their this thing. It was their problem now to challenge the government, because if they feel now the government is telling you this is what we found, stop saying that the government did not carry out investigation. They did. If you think the investigation was not thorough enough, things like this do happen in the Western world too. I live in the Western world where families would challenge government narrative if they believe the government is trying to lie to them in any shape or form. They do what? They hire legal representatives, and then they do their own investigation and work in conjunction with the police. And then if there is something else found, then the police come in and work with it, go and do a thorough, confusing me. They find a way to do thorough investigation again. So you guys need to stop saying that the police did not do investigation. They did. If you think it was not thorough enough for you, hire your own legal representatives and let them do their job. If they did not do their job, the government has nothing to do with it. Wunmi has said this is what happened. The people in the house have said this is what happened. The corona was open, and the corona was a community event where anyone can go there with their evidence instead of coming to TikTok and disturbing our peace. All the people who came here spin different propaganda, have different evidence. 3-second video. They are all in Nigeria, but they did not step in the corona and said, "I have this evidence, Your Honor. I have this tape. I have this voice note." No one stepped in.
But
But then
you
you will
think
come in here.
this narrative about Corona, it doesn't work like that.
Hold on,
Onyeka.
hold on,
You know
hold on.
that.
He does.
Hold
I
on,
have.
No,
I
it
need to
doesn't.
respond to.
guys,
Wait,
hold on,
wait. Let
guys, hold
me.
on, guys. Let's do it this way. We said we're winding down, and then
Yeah.
you guys are bringing something up, which I don't
Yeah.
mind. Let's have Thunderfire, and then you guys can carry on. Thunderfire, please unmute your mic. Welcome. Welcome.
Welcome, IT guy. Welcome, everyone. One thing that I do is I stop and I listen and I learn. All these people, all these Nigerians with these fucking narratives is ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Me, I am not in support of anybody except for Mohbad. And I do have an open mind for both sides. And from what I see, everybody wants to blame one person. Not one person could have done this alone. Now, we have the nurse sitting here admitting that she did something. And then we have people saying, oh, well, she was paid to lie. Okay, if she was paid to lie and say that she did it, who's to say she wasn't paid to go do that job? Now, everybody is in one direction. Everybody has a one-track mind. It was Wumi, it was Wumi, it was Wumi. But what if the Marlians had something to do with it by sending the nurse there to do this job, and she's admitting to doing it? Nobody's even looking that way. No one's looking in that direction. They're only focused one direction. When it comes to an investigation, you have to look all sides. All sides. And from what I'm seeing, Mr. Aloba, now this one I will judge, because right from the get-go, his ass should have been arrested for burying his son without reporting the death. Right from the get-go. But that didn't happen. Why did that not happen? I'm flabbergasted on that. The law was fucked up right from the very start. Excuse my language. But it was fucked up right from the very start. The man should have been arrested for burying his son. I don't give a fuck what excuse he had. He should have been in panty giving his excuse to the police. And those police that he's accusing that failed him would have been brought forward, and we might be in a different direction today. But his ass wasn't arrested. Why? It's against the coroner law to bury someone without reporting the death. Reporting the death. Kind of involvement in this. Why are you not looking for justice for your child? Instead, you're fighting for a DNA, which is fucking irrelevant. If Wumi was a suspect, the police would have ordered the DNA. But she's not a fucking suspect. And y'all are making her one. The police have not made her one. So you're asking for something that's irrelevant. By the law, if she was a suspect, the police would have ordered for the DNA. So why are you all asking for something? You're working backwards. You have to find out the cause of death before you can go for DNA. You can't make the DNA a motive unless she was a suspect. I don't know why you all don't understand this. This is the law. Y'all are not talking the law at all. You're talking your own narratives. I don't get it. I mean, 2 years I've been listening to this bullshit, and it's making me more and more and more angry, which is making me come here a lot less. I'm like, this is just a joke. This is a fucking movie that I'm watching that I'm not agreeing with. I don't like this movie. It's a joke. What's wrong with Nigerian people where they can't follow the law? They're going to come up with their own narratives and think they're telling the truth. These are facts. Nobody has any facts in this case. Otherwise, we might be somewhere in this case. At this point, We are nowhere except for the nurse. Nobody wants to accept it. I kind of don't accept it either because it seems really strange. It's really strange to me. But a lot of things don't make sense. A lot of things don't make sense. There's been so many narratives thrown out there that we try to put the pieces together and it's a pieceless puzzle. We don't have the pieces to the puzzle. But everybody thinks that everything they say is the truth. Everybody thinks that what they have are facts. We have no facts. We have a lot of lies, and we have a lot of narratives, and we have a lot of what if. What if? What if is not evidence? What if is not the truth? You know, and I consider myself saying right now the truth. Y'all maybe disagree with me, but I'm saying that my own truth. Y'all just tell a bunch of narratives. We have the Wumi side where everyone's defending her, protecting her. If she is guilty, you might be protecting someone who's guilty. You know, but, you know, that's your own cup of tea. And then we have the Aloba side who are defending him. And by the way, everybody thinks that his lawyer is for Mohbad. You got that wrong. His lawyer is for him. Because he knows that he did something against the law, and that lawyer is there to defend him or to protect him for anybody who comes for him. Get that right. That lawyer is not for Mohbad. The state is for Mohbad. And as long as the state doesn't have evidence, there's nothing to fight for. Y'all don't understand that either. The state is to represent Mohbad. If the state doesn't have any evidence, they have nothing to fight against. If you all have some evidence, bring it forward instead of throwing out all these things that you think are facts. Give the state the evidence they need to fight for Mohbad. Instead of sitting here saying you're for Mohbad when you're not fucking for Mohbad. You're not for anybody. Me? I'm for Mohbad, but I don't have anything to fight for him. I'm here in the United States and I don't have any power at all, except for my words. But I'm not going to sit here and accuse anybody. I can't accuse anybody of pieing Mohbad without evidence or without facts. And that's all I've been hearing for 2 years is Wumi pie Mohbad. Where's your fucking evidence? Bring it. And then I'll back you. Nobody's bringing anything.
Jonathan, let me
Nobody.
add this into
But
you.
Mr.
You know, the
Mr.
corona,
Aloba is kind of showing his own guilt, but he's showing it himself. I don't have to say that Mr. Aloba pie Mohbad. He's kind of showing his ass all by himself. You know, I tried to believe the man, but when I got my hands on the CTC, you lost my vote, because what you said in the CTC and what you said in the public are two fucking different things. And then a lot of lies are coming forward. Why would you lie when it comes to having, to trying to get justice for your son? Well, you say everything as you know it 100%, and that's not what we have been getting. So that's my submission, and I really am so tired of people with these narratives. I'm really sorry. I'm just so sick of it. But
Thunderfire, you know,
that's my
corona
opinion.
is like, I want
Thank
to tell
you.
you this.
Oh,
The
and
corona
as far
is
as the
like,
corona goes, Queen of Biggie,
it's like a
as far
town
as
hall meeting. I just want
Queen
you
of
to know.
Biggie, as far as the corona goes, that thing started too soon. You're supposed to start the corona after you do the autopsy and toxicology, and then you start questioning people, because the corona starts when you don't know the cause of death, and they hadn't even done the autopsy and toxicology at that point. They started it way too soon,
I think
so
they
that was
had,
all
they
done
did,
wrong
you mean
too.
with the government autopsy? Didn't they have the government autopsy before they started?
No, that started too soon. They were
Okay.
supposed to have
The
that before they started that corona inquest.
so
And even
Thunderfire,
there was
if
enough time, right? Go
go on,
ahead,
Queen Abike.
Escapade.
Yeah, Thunderfire. The reason and I've heard a few people say this. If there's an autopsy and they knew the cause of death, there wouldn't be a corona. The reason for a corona is to find the cause of death. So a corona orders an autopsy to be done. The boy was buried without the cause of death. The state coroner order the body to be exhumed for them to find the reason. So basically, the coroner inquest comes in when there's a sudden death or there's no the cause of the death of a person is not known, because before you bury, the death needs to be ascertained, and it's for many reasons, health and all of those things, environmental issues. The reasoning behind this is that if somebody dies, say they've got like, okay, imagine when we had Ebola at the time. If we hadn't known of Ebola and somebody dies and they didn't check the cause of death and they bury that person, they think can go into the water that people drink, they think can spread around that area. So that is why there has to be a cause of death. So they know how a body should be disposed of.
Escapade. What I do know is you cannot bring forward an autopsy without the toxicology, because you need both to be able to determine the cause of death. And they started this corona inquest with only an autopsy without the toxicology. We waited nearly a year for the toxicology. So that corona inquest still started too soon without the full report.
Hold on.
The
You can't do one without the other.
Sorry,
Autopsy is part of the inquest.
Hold on, Escapade, because Thunder Prayer did say something about. So did we have any autopsy before the inquest? That's a question.
No.
And when did we have the autopsy? It was more like almost a year, if not over a year, right?
It wasn't up to a year. They claimed that they sent it, I think in 2023. I can't remember if it's October or thereabout.
They sent it where?
Yeah, and then the result came out. The result came out months later, maybe 4 or 5 months later or less. I don't know. So what I'm trying to say is that
Hold on. Let's get to the bottom of that. Let's get that clear. So you exhumed the body, you did an autopsy, not immediately but months later. So if you've carried out an autopsy, what are you sending anywhere?
the autopsy, I get what you're saying. The autopsy was done, but the result was not released because they waited for the toxicology. They said the autopsy was ready, but they didn't release it until they got a toxicology done, because with the autopsy alone they couldn't determine. So they went for toxicology, which is the one they sent abroad. Yeah, I was going to respond to
really what we're saying. I think we need to be clear about something, and everybody should take this with them and ponder over it. We need to take this with us. So autopsy was done as soon as the body was exhumed, right? Mm-hmm. And the outcome of that is inconclusive, right? Now, he's taking Joseph Aloba and his comrades, I don't know, another 1 year, 16, 17 months, or whenever they took their own sample. So when did we know that Joseph Aloba and his comrade decided, made their decision? But when did they take the sample to do the autopsy? Anybody?
I think theirs was done. I think late May, because I remember they were given 4 weeks to come back, but they asked for 6 weeks, which would have been July when the thing reconvened.
But then the question is, when did they take the sample?
I think June. I can't remember.
Yeah. So you look at it. So the initial one is inconclusive. They took their own sample, God knows, 7-8 months later. And obviously they came recently. They were tongue-tied and not able to really sort of like dissect the process. And it actually seems as if they just read off what the initial autopsy result was. So when Brekete obviously said he was going to do this whole thing for free, if he was done around that time when the whole thing is still fresh, we would have actually gone somewhere. So yeah, carry on. It's good to establish these things, to sort of like just say that if it was inconclusive then and it's inconclusive now, and the only thing is someone saying there's a smell of kerosene. You know, this is the thing that kills me about these people. When they can't find anything else to inject into it, they say they smell kerosene, you know? And then all of a sudden, you know, you look at that. Why are you the guy, I don't know, paramedics or whatever? Because I can't even give them pathologists. We call them paramedics. You're now coming out and said, when you go there, you smell kerosene. But when you smell kerosene at the time, you said nothing to anyone. So, I mean, this is just shambolic, really, to be honest. Some shit came out in the courtroom and started saying some kind of jargonistic narrative and likening sort of, let's say, medical language or entry to the family or the parents of the deceased. You know, you put this thing together. This is a charade. This is literally sort of like, you know, can be likened to Yomi Fabiyi saying he's going to Abuja to go and dance naked in the marketplace. You know, it's absurd. It is more like, what's that other guy's name? The false son that decided to take this to the inquest. Knew at that point in time, if we had actually declared this a homicide case, we would have actually started an investigation and we would have actually got a number of people together, lock them up and throw the key away for now. And then you can open the inquest and then we can start asking them questions. We can juxtapose what they are saying to the police initially to what they are saying where they are locked up. And we would have actually gone somewhere. I mean, thing is, this is a house of cards of nastiness, naughtiness, and house of cards of, how can I put it? Kindergarten. Lawyers. Sons. I mean, sons. Is that sort of like shenanigan after nighttime? You know, when you wake up in the morning, everybody's gone to the nightclub, everybody's drunk. They just come in the morning and they just throw everything anywhere. Where's the body? There's a body in front of the police station. Go and fry it. Go and make suya out of the body. We don't care. Bury the body. Okay, bring the body up. You bury the body. You exhume the body, the state. And 19 months later, we don't have a clue why you exhumed the body. Lagos State government, there should not have been an inquest. There should have been initial lock everybody up first, tie ropes to their breasts if they are female, tie ropes to their buttocks if they are male, hoist them in the air, and let them speak. That is how you're going to get them speak. Anyone with breast, tie the two breasts in rope, lift it up. Anyone with buttocks, tie the buttocks up, lift it up. And then give them pen and paper. They will confess profusely. Profusely. Because if you can't do that, if you can't even bring jungle justice into it, where the hell are we? And how did we bloody well get here? Where we need a black app to be the magistrate, the judiciary, the jury, and the juror. And we need a black app to be the inquest. I mean, rightfully so, really, to be honest, because if we can actually see what they are trying to do when some shite and false son all colluded together, knowing that they've always worked for the government and not for the public, knowing every time false son false is there, the personality, the public person gets locked up and the kid gets thrown away. How many people have died in the hands of San Falls? San Falls is made a name for himself, but he's a guy who will come to you and say, sorry, just sign here. You will be okay. And before you know it, you are gone forever. because they just want to tidy things up. They want to put something in history to kind of see that it's the public that is at fault and it's them that is cleaning the street. But at the end of the day, the public is innocent, and they are the ones that are actually banging heads against each other, one another, against people, maligning the judicial process, and then just coming out, smelling of roses and all that kind of stuff. And then they have more like accolades in places where they say, oh, San Fowles is the one that did this, is the one that... Fela Anikulapo said it. Lawyer, we no fit get you out. He's a useless lawyer. He's a useless lawyer. San Fowles have always been false. Can you imagine? Even when we celebrate our leaders, we celebrate our heroes, and we look at Abiola and thought that when he won the election, this and that, even when Fela Anikulapo came out, MKO Abiola actually alleged that Fela Anikulapo Kuti robbed his wife, mugged his wife. And at the same time, Fela Anikulapo Kuti was God knows where away, live, singing, doing what he knows best. And they pushed that story under the carpet. These are the mother FF that we are dealing with in our life here, where Elegushi is protected by the institution of Lagos State. Doesn't really matter how involved Oba Elegushi is, his name is being protected by the Asha Jagaban Tinubu of President of Nigeria Limited, who built Lagos. And Lagos is smelly, full of shit. Lagos is shite, is pants.
I see.
This is hold on, let me just...
You are taking us to where we don't know.
And let me round up. This is my platform. And this is Nigeria that we are. This is who we are. This is a Nigeria that we hope will get better one day. Running drugs. Tinubu, whatever his name is, I look for all the names they give him. Was he not running drugs? Did he not forfeit money in America? Has drug not always been linked with you, Ashiwaju, Tinubu? Has drug not always been linked with you? Are you going to come and sit with me and tell me that you have GCSE? Are you going to come and tell me that the allegation in America, can you get on the plane and go to America and go and answer that and stand in front of Washington next to Donald Trump and debunk the allegation? You are not going to do that. It is the drugs that you're running, and it's your boys that carry on running your drugs that link to Naira Marley and the rest of all the Samilari and the rest of them that got them to set up a record label to be using this the continuation of your heritage to carry on laundering drugs, which is what got all these boys into this shenanigan. And then when there is something that you can use to champion the youth in Nigeria, you got in there and use them to carry on to hide your shit that you guys have been doing and you are doing, and it's linked to all your lineage or whatever heritage and everything anyone has done before you, Ashiwaju, got in there and destroyed Lagos. And now you've destroyed Nigeria. You've destroyed the fucking country, you motherfucker. That's what you've done. And this is where we are. It doesn't matter how we hide it. It doesn't matter how we don't want to talk about it. Let's talk about this, what these people are doing. Are there drugs in Nigeria? When was the last time EFCC and the NDLEA give us statistics about the number of drugs that are coming into Nigeria, how they are controlling it, how many they've been able to intercept? The Nigerian authorities, the NDLEA will intercept drugs. They will share the money. They will share the drugs. They will sell the drugs to the youth on Colos or whatever it is and bang everybody's head against themselves. The country is meaningless, bloody meaningless. Look at what happened to VDM recently. VDM doesn't do himself a favor anyway. VDM should sort of like take the records, chuck it in the bin, leave NDLEA alone, leave EFCC alone. VDM, carry on with what you were doing before. And I will advise you, VDM, where you are. Fela Anikulapo Kuti is the grandfather and great-grandfather of madness in Nigeria, and you will never find a second madness in Nigeria. See what they did to him. They will lock you up today, they will release you. They will inject something into your buttocks tomorrow, they will release you. They will keep injecting little things into your buttocks, they will. Because you can't tell me you did not eat or did drink inside that place. You didn't tell me you are fasting, you didn't eat. You eat, you will drink. They will keep introducing it into you. By the time they do the last one, you will lose your mind. You won't be able to fight anymore. If you have anything in you and you are VDM and you think all this going on social media, opening your voice, look, the people of Nigeria are fed up of seeing your face and listening to your narrative and your shit. Yeah? Stick to what you know. You can't fight this government. And it will just be RIP for you, VDM. It will be RIP. Just like the West are trying to do Burkina Faso. Look at what happened latest. Burkina Faso is run to Putin now. Putin is going to put his forces there. Now, VDM, who is going to put their forces to come and bail you out? Is it that Nigerian boy? The one that is with Showore? That are going to come and bail you every now and again? Every time they inject something into your buttocks and they put something in your food and your drink, when you are about to kind of just destroy and just malign, they can even inject HIV into you. Listen to your life. Think about it. Lawyers can't save you. Showore can't save you. The only thing that can save you from this process is go back to what you're doing before, become a senator, become the champion of the youth, and do something reasonable and responsible with your life, and fucking get off this social media, because I'm fed up of seeing you making a fool of yourself. Carry on. That's my own vent.
Thank you.
I
Thank
see. I
you for
wanted to
the.
remind you about your guy, VDN. Today, he put out another video saying that there are now 4 arms of government, not 3 anymore.
Yeah, all
He
that,
said there are now 4.
cheer and laugh and every is for me. Is for me. Waiting chilling now. Kilo day now. Kilo day now. Where are we now?
Oh my
Look,
God.
I'm telling
Hey,
you, VDM.
the IT is
Do
my
you
guy.
actually know? Do you actually know? I'm telling you this. In the prison where they lock him up, does he know the kind of air he was breathing when he was there? That is how they can
Don't
waste.
leave that guy alone. Let
That's
him
how
keep
they can
ranting.
waste his life. Easily. Does he know where he was breathing when he was there? If you don't eat, you don't drink, and they don't inject you, do you know the quality of air you are breathing? This is the country we call Nigeria. This is the country we call Nigeria. And we need to, because for me, look, I am going to be 58 this year. I lived in Nigeria at least up to the age of 21 when I left Nigeria. And I've since got back to Nigeria on holiday every now and again, blah, blah, blah. I've taken Nigeria off my radar. Completely off my radar, because look, I mean, I've been on a position, I'm going to the airport, Nigerian police in the morning. The guy is high on drugs, high on colos, high on everything. He had a gun. He was even cocking a gun. I was there with 2 of my brothers. He wants to finish 2 generations. I experienced that. Do you think I trust this country? Hell no. Hell no. This is a wasted country until we able to get the Jerry Rollins treatment and fire these old people, fire this squad and kill the whole lot of them, buy the whole lot of them out of government. That's it. Destroy their generation, because their generation will soon come and take over. And that Tinubu idiot, the one that they sang about and is going haywire and going crazy all over the place, is soon going to be the governor of Lagos State. He's going to be governor of Lagos State. Baba is in Pampas. Baba is in Pampas right now. Baba can hardly speak. He can hardly do it. Whenever Baba comes and write the speech, they will have injected him with a lot of shenanigans before he can stand up and start reading nonsense. You know, we know you are suffering, but you will suffer for a while. And you call that a president too. Burkina Faso, look at what that guy did in a very short period of time. Look at what they've done for the teachers. Look at what they've done for the children. Look at free education. Look at free accommodation. And in Nigeria, look at how many 250 million plus people displaced all over the place. No hope. No hope. The only military we have in Nigeria is Boko Haram and people kidnapping people everywhere. We can't go to the middle belt. We can't go to Bauchi anymore right now. We can't farm anymore. Soon we will not be able to feed ourselves because all those places where they have farms, the Fulanis are there with their cows, shooting people who are farmers who are trying to feed the nation. Pretty soon, we are going to be biting ourselves on the street of Nigeria. The country is fucked up. In that country, you think you're going to get justice for Mohbad? Think again. You ain't going to get no bloody justice. So anyone who's making money on justice for Mohbad, come on, fill your bags and run. Forgive Joseph Aloba for his done wrong with his Wema access and go fraud me. Because it's the system that taught them how to steal. It's our system that taught them that they can get away with it. It's our system that will get someone, koju koroju, someone will shoot someone down right now. And when they get to the police station, the same person has got money and has got influence. And they will turn it around. And the family of the people that got shot down can be locked up forever. That's our country. That's where we are. You know, because if Yomi Fabiyi comes and fill his bag and run away with the loot and jump over the fence 2 or 3 times, he's going to look around and come back again. When the sentiment is right, he will come back again. They lie to us about everything. They lie to us about all our hero, Ken Saro-Wiwa, all the people they've killed everywhere. They lie to us about everything. And they're going to carry on lying to us. And it's no point. We do the best we can, advocate on behalf of injustice. How many injustices do you think has been carried out since then? Yes, we care. Yes, we're in diaspora. Yes, we use this app to kind of reach out to these people. Did they give a hoot? Can you imagine VDM? And then the lawyer came out with Shawore when they addressed the public. And that stupid Muyiwa guy, another stupid Muyiwa, who is the PRO of the police, arrested, allegedly, actually, I think is correct, arrested one of us in diaspora, just as if we are here now. And then we've gone to challenge someone, and then someone we went to challenge now turns to be Muyiwa's girlfriend. And then you alight at Murtala Mohammed Airport, and this guy has the effrontery to go and arrest this woman because you say they malign your girlfriend's character on social media. Nigerian police PRO. Holy smokes. What a country. What a Nigeria. What a damage. What a calamity. What a calamity. The most calamitous place we can find ourselves today is to start denying that we are Nigerians. Do you know how many people that have denied they are Nigerians? Do you know how many Nigerians have gone to Ghana to go and restitute themselves and actually claim Ghanaian sovereignty and Ghanaian citizenship and various other West African countries? Because they don't want to be identified as Nigerians. Do we now hit the street of London and with pride, me, I am Nigerian before I'm British, and then come and start denying our own homeland and our heritage and start saying, oh, me, I'm not Nigerian, no, I just go, me, I'm Ghanaian, no, I start looking for Ghanaian accents. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine the Shina? Can you imagine the country we are in? Can we imagine what we're talking about? If someone come out about Legushi, rightfully so, because that is who we are. When we can't find a way forward, we lie, we lie. When we get out, we get stuck, we lie, we lie. We just lie. Can you imagine getting out of trouble in Nigeria? You have to lie. If you tell the police where you are coming from, they will lock you up. If you lie about where you're coming from, they will even give you whiskey. They will even give you whiskey. They won't even ask you money. You have to lie in that country. Our country is a mess. Our judicial process is a mess. Our presidency is a mess. Our electoral system is a mess. So what is it when you look at Burkina Faso and you look at Mali and you look at all this country that is defected from the strangled neck of the French and American region? Look at what they are doing to their people. Look at what is happening. Look at how things are beginning to sort of like look like there is hope in the land. And look at our own. Tinubu is ruling us. He's going to rule us for 8 years. If he's done 2 years, he'll be dead by 4 years. They will just be using string to lift him up. And his son will just be there fighting people, biting people on the street and all that kind of stuff. And the only thing they can tell us is, it's going to be difficult. You're going to struggle. Your young guy is going to be there. Price of petrol is going to be up. But that's part of what we are trying to do. Tinubu, with all the money, all the petroleum money, with all the billions that you guys are sharing every day. You have houses everywhere. You are a billionaire in dollars. You are a thief. You are a politician. How can a politician become a billionaire in dollars? And we don't want to talk about it. Asiwaju Tinubu Jagaban, who made Lagos, Nigeria Jaga under your nose, from Lagos State, from everywhere. Emilokon, one share lule 3 times, they eventually gave it to you. And you are a bloody liability. A liability to the nation. And then you guys went back to the pre-1960 era, when Nigeria was Nigeria Limited. And then you went back and bring back the PLC, Public Limited Company. And you are roguing us, shiting us left, right, and center. We have to run and jackpot. And when we come on holiday, they will still bundle us and they will still lock us up and looking for money in the name of what? The country is fucked up. So we're not going to get justice. If you can leave diaspora and go to Nigeria and you get kidnapped and you are scared not to be kidnapped, only the elites. Don't hold your ears and listen to me. Just because you see celebrities that are protected by the people that should be protecting you, that don't protect citizens anymore. They make their money every day. All their superiors, IG, Inspector General of Police, they make their money out of scouting and protecting celebrities who will make videos and put the videos on social media and make you believe that Nigeria is great. It's a lie. Yaba Ojo did all this wedding. How many blah, blah, blah. This guy is doing his video, is doing blah, 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 blah. They are protected by the people who are supposed to protect you, who they have signed an allegiance, they've signed and put their heart on it that they will protect you as citizens and your property. The only people they are protecting, citizens and property, are celebrities only. Only. It's only in Nigeria that you will find a road is cleared, an entire motorway is cleared. You think it's Tinubu that is coming. No, it's bloody celebrity. Only in Nigeria will that happen. Davido hasn't even landed in his private jet on his private unit at the airport. They've cleared the road. And then you will find the motorcade and realize that this is not military orientated. This is not presidency orientated. These are G-Wagons. These are Rolls Royce. Beyond and beyond. He's Davido. He's Davido. So this is it. So when you get on the black app and you celebrate all these people, I can't say I blame them, because what they do for a living makes them money. They are musicians, they are actors, actresses, and all that. They are selling movies across the world. The money is everywhere. So when they get the money, obviously, they hijack your protection. Whilst these idiots are at parties trying to take photos and trying to delete photos of who is stepping on Naira or stepping on dollars. No wonder when they are spraying money now, it's only dollars they are spraying. They don't want to spray Naira because in case somebody is standing on it, show a video later. But whilst they are doing their shenanigan over the weekend and the evenings and enjoying doing spread sex shenanigan and having their la pio and all that kind of stuff, the country is not protected. The scammers are there. The Sakama days are there. The kidnappers are there. At the end of the day, they've kidnapped everybody. The only people that are left are the people in the marketplace who are looking for money they can't find to bail out their family, because the police and all our protectors are picking up dollars on the dance floor. They are picking up dollars. It's them that is holding dollars for them. Police, mobile police, and police are the ones carrying suitcase full of money for these people to spray at parties. And you want to tell me that we have a country? Only God can help us. Nigeria is finished. For now, unless you get Tinubu and his family out of Nigerian Limited. I rest my mic. Let me even clap for myself, because I think I've done well. All right.
The IT, what time is it over there on your side?
It's 5 o'clock now, about 5 minutes.
Oh. Are you done with work today?
No, I just want to go out. I want to go and party, man. It's Friday.
He doesn't work on Fridays.
IT
guy don't work Fridays.
No, I don't work on Fridays.
Okay, it makes sense. And it's 5 o'clock already, right?
Yeah.
I get it. I get it.
Yeah.
I get it now.
He's already enjoying himself.
I bet you've had a few beers already.
Don't joke. Don't play.
Esther, you got it.
Yeah, see, IT guy, you've allowed Susie to escape. I wanted to engage you.
No, she's still here, I think. Has she left?
She's left, yeah.
All right, let me see if I can bring her back. I'll get you guys to so I was just winding down, but it's just one of those, you just have these thoughts and sometimes you have to let it out, because you can't just be driving all over the place and wondering and thinking. And I just kind of thought, it's time to let's just go for it, because it needs to be said. We need to take something from it, and we need to start deliberating differently. We need to start doing it in all honesty that is in us. We need to kind of think about the impact this whole thing is having on our lives. So I will leave you guys to engage. Susie for Justice, Susie Empire, and Escapade. I will yield my mic.
Okay, yes. I was going to respond to what you were saying earlier, because you sort of found a way to turn the topic to Wumi. I mean, you started by asking Queen Abiki if she's a mother, and then you went on and on and on about, I can't even remember again, I seem to have forgotten, but then you also forget that being a mother would also mean that...
I can remind you what I said.
Okay, go remind me, please.
For one, the toxicology and autopsy from the government is inconclusive. toxicology from Baba Mohbad and autopsy from Baba Mohbad is inconclusive. Now, based on how Wumi has got attention of a lot of people into this case at the beginning, okay? She cried out at the beginning. And from her cry out, you believe something happened to Mohbad. And she cried out, right? Now, for somebody to have cried out at the beginning of the whole thing of Mohbad, okay, I think at this point that the whole entity, the two entity, is coming out to say that they have inconclusive results. What has her efforts? Okay, what effort has she made that everybody is having inconclusive results? What effort has she made to count against all these inconclusive results? That's my number one question. So answer that one first, then I will move on.
And then you went on about the awards and all those things as well.
Answer the one that said first, so that
Okay, so now I would answer that. So I mean, you came into the conversation and you diverted to this place that you wanted to go, saying what has been Wumi's efforts in countering inconclusive. I think I'll say this honestly. I think your I don't know if I can use the word bitterness or your anger is stemming from the investments and the time and money or whatever you spent blindly supporting Baba Mohbad. And then you are taking that.
Hold on, escape.
Yeah,
Hold on,
okay.
escape. Hold on, escape.
I'm going to forget.
I need to stop you. I need to stop you. Hold on, Susie. Hold on, Susie. I don't want you guys to get personal. I don't want you guys to get personal.
He didn't get it personal. He said maybe.
Hold on, Dolly P. Let me speak. Dolly P, hold on. I don't want you guys to get personal. Yeah.
I haven't been personal.
Yeah, no. That is breaking the code now, because the moment you get personal, I don't mind people having, and I know you probably making a point. Maybe on a different platform it'll work. It just won't work here. I just will not allow people to get personal to a point, because I mean you really dug deep into the skin. It's like going through the flesh and going into the bones and going into the marrow, if you know what I mean. I won't want to encourage anything that is too close to core. It's too personal, and I think really,
let me
hold on, Susan. Hold on, Susan. Let me.
IT guy, you have stopped the conversation. She didn't. She was listening, but you're not. Let us have this conversation, IT guy.
You will tell me that I'm bitter.
I don't want you guys to get personal.
You okay?
I don't want you guys to get personal.
Susie, hold on. Don't go that route and try to turn it to ruffle, right?
No.
Let's have this conversation.
Why would you say? Why did
I said, wait, hold on.
Are you okay?
Hold on, Susie, you can't shut me over. Listen, if you want to engage.
Calm down.
IT guy, you're making me feel like I'm doing something. Let me have a conversation with this person.
Okay, hold on.
I don't know whether to say.
I don't know whether to say your bitterness or anger.
Let everybody mute. Escape.
Yeah, okay.
I want escape. Please, everybody, please mute. Escape. Okay, go on.
So, like I was saying, I didn't go personal. I said probably your bitterness or anger. I used to. Obviously, she's angry. If she's not saying she's not that, she's angry. One, with Baba Mohbad or whatever it is. And again, coming into that conversation, and all you were saying is Wumi. It shows where your bias is or where you are directing your anger towards. Now, you are saying, what has she done about, what has she done, can you play here? You are saying, what has she done about the two inconclusive results? What will she do? when the state came out with a report, you were the one, Susie for Justice, championing this story that they didn't bring it to the US. You know, the laboratories in the US, they've told you that the US does not accept any specimen. Before they can accept specimen, they have to make Mohbad a US citizen. You came up with all sorts of narrative.
The story, was it not true?
It is a lie. Even your own pathologist confirmed it. Let me speak. Let me speak. Let me just speak now.
I want to engage myself with you. It's a lie.
You can't engage me because you come up with things that are not true. Let me finish. What have you proven? Where have you proven this now? Where have you proven this? Where have you proven that is a lie?
Hold on.
Let me tell you what happened. You went about saying that, if you remember, and I remember Thunderfire was on that platform that day. I asked her, Thunderfire, can you Google this company if they do not accept specimen for Nigeria? We were in the comment section and she went back and said, oh, Escapade, I've checked it. It shows that they accept specimen from Nigeria. You were championing, oh, they don't accept it.
Do you know why I'm not going to go this route with you? If I go this route with you, you're going to push me to say things that I don't want to say, number one. Number two, I don't blame you speaking the way you are speaking. I blame the Lagos State government.
Let me finish. Forget Lagos State government now.
Of Mohbad, and blame the current regime of Nigerian police force who decided.
We blame everybody.
The killer of Mohbad. I don't blame you. So
yes. Let me speak.
Decided to protect the killer of Mohbad. So
let me speak.
Because I don't want you to.
Please go off. It's facts here. We speak facts. She can go off. You think I can't speak if she's off? I don't. She thinks she can bully people. If you want to go off, go off. See,
Escapade, you are even answering the question wrong. Sorry, let me come from another perspective.
Let me quickly finish.
Let
me just finish.
Let him finish. I'll leave it to you. Two experts have come up with inconclusive evidence. What do you want?
May what happened to Mohbad, may the situation that Mohbad finds himself, may the treatment that Mohbad got from the government of Nigeria and the Lagos State government, may anybody that believes that what the government has done in this case is right, may that should fall upon your family.
Hold on. Let me speak now.
Exactly. Go ahead. Nobody is scared of those.
See, anything you say, you can say.
You can say anything.
Wait.
Kama is a bitch.
Can you mute, please? Let me speak now, Susie.
The way you have treated Mohbad's case,
the way you are treated Wunmi, may people treat your child like that, your daughter like that too. Yes, may they spread false narrative like that on your daughter.
My daughter knows what killed her husband.
Yeah, may they. So let me continue and stop blabbing. You have been out for a long time because all your narrative are failed. You are come out again. You want to start some silly narratives. Get down. If you don't want to engage me, get down.
Escapade and Dolly P. Let me ask you a question. Why are you pained with Susie's words?
Adding their own.
What is it? Richie, don't get involved. Don't get involved because you're going to get brought to the crossfire.
I'm asking
No. What do you mean by pain? Who is pained? I'm having a conversation with somebody and you're coming from nowhere to say this.
Hold on.
She said something.
Richie,
Dolly, let's leave this for the two of them.
She never directed that Kama's words. She never directed it to you.
I know. Listen, I'm not.
To who?
I just don't.
To your family. Was it you she directed it to? What are you saying? I don't want to get involved. Hold on. Before you said that,
hold on, Escapade.
Let's
mute now. Let's mute. Guys, mute. We need to mute. Let everybody mute, including Susie, please. And Richie. Thank you, everybody. Dolly P, let me hear from you. Dolly P, let me hear.
Sorry, I don't know. They said something they were paying. Maybe I'm trying to understand the question. The question was, two pathologists have come with inconclusive evidence. What has sorry, madam. So I mean, the question I didn't get it because maybe sorry. Hold on a minute. Let me go from this. I'm trying to understand what the question was. That they said two pathologists, who I believe are expert witness, have come up to say something is inconclusive, and the question is, what has the widow done? So I'm trying to understand that. If you're not an expert pathologist, what do you do when two people have told you something is inconclusive? I don't know, I didn't get it. That's why I'm trying to understand what Susie is expecting, because I'm thinking to myself,
we need to come up with another pathologist.
Hold on, Queen Abiki. Hold on, Queen Abiki. I want to go, hold on, Susie. I want to go straight to Richie. Hold on. We will get there. Richie, please unmute yourself.
Thank you.
Now, just say exactly what you came up with that the angered ex-captain. Say that again. What did you say?
Exactly. You know what I'm trying to say? When I listened to what Susie said, in the terms of direction of karma, Susie never directed her words to Escapade or to Dolly P. So I was surprised when now Escapade replied directly using Susie's daughter. This is what I don't understand. This is what scares me.
Richie. Before she said that, did you get the statement she said before that?
Okay. Let's.
That guy 1 second. That guy 1 second, please.
That's where I want to get to now.
That guy 1 second.
When I say including me myself,
hold on.
Exactly. So I don't understand why you're not
Richie, mute yourself. Susie, mute yourself. Mute yourself. Okay. You see, this is the thing when I interjected and tried to stop Escapade. Look, let's not do this. We are definitely sort of like sitting on different camps. Nobody sits on the fence per se. And me, I don't sit on the fence. I just say it as it is and I accommodate everybody. Now, you guys are going to carry on this conversation. Now, there's something in Yoruba. They say Adabi, right? And all this thing, Adabi thing, is all about curses, is all about generational curses and all that, karma and all that kind of stuff, yeah? So let's not do all this Adabi thing. And I don't want us to be likening each other's family to bring scenarios and start doing this generational curse thing and all this karma related or Adabi related stuff. Let's not do that. We can do this thing with civility. Look, if you agree or disagree today, if there's something you're not happy about, as Susie said somewhere before, you cannot say the score here, but one thing is you can highlight something and we talk about it with civility. But let's not get past on no. Let's not do is it because you did this one with Baba? Is it because of let's just be direct. And we've been doing that all day. I think we've done well all day. So we are adults and we know what we've done wrong. Susie and Escapade, your utterances, take it back. Don't apologize to each other. I don't care whether we fight or not. Let's fight if we have to fight. If we don't fight, we're going to fight somewhere else. So let's withdraw all the personable and all the personal stuff. We know what we said wrong. Let's try again. Susie and Escapade, let me have the two of you, please.
Okay,
as I was saying, Richard, please, if you are not listening actively, don't get involved. So I don't want to go back in that conversation. Now, let me go back to Susie.
No.
Escapade wants to fight me now.
Okay, before you carry on, I don't want anyone to make reference to anybody anymore. We know what we've done wrong, right? So I'm the referee. I'm going to mute myself. I want you guys to do this with civility. Let's try again. Susie and Escapade.
Okay, now on the issue of
the couch tonight.
On the issue of the two pathologists coming to say is inconclusive, and then Susie asking that what has Umi done to challenge the two reports. Now, what she could have done, I don't know. Firstly, the state came up with the results. They gave a reason. There was a reason. The reason is due to decomposition of the body, and said they couldn't conclude the cause of death. It was all over, especially on Baba's side. everywhere. Oh, they will not accept that result. The result is the result didn't come to America. The result didn't do this. We need to do our own. We need to do our own. The judge granted it. Everybody was celebrating. Grexy was celebrating that they didn't ask for the judge granted it. Everybody waited for 11 months or thereabout that it took Baba's, or 10 months that it took Baba's autopsy. And they read it, and the man is giving the same reason that he couldn't conclude because of the composition of the body. Now, let me now say, okay, it is not even Wunmi. Whoever is saying Wunmi has not done anything, what would you have done? Let me just get the answer. With anyone that is supporting that story, that why is she not challenging the two results? Remember, this is the state, and this is not even our own. No, the person, the Baba side on Baba that's objecting to the result from the state. Your own pathology that you brought have done the same thing. What would you have done if you were in our shoes, please?
The question I'm going to answer, based on the way Wunmi announced the death of Mohbad to the whole world, based on that, something happened to Mohbad, okay? So, if I'm Mohbad's wife, and based on what happened to Mohbad, the inconclusive result, if I am in Wunmi's position and I truly want to fight for my husband, I am going to say, no. Based on what I know, I will say no to the inconclusive results. Okay? No, I will not accept it. That is what a true wife should do. So I answer your question.
Okay, and from what, based on what you know as Wunmi, now what do you know that Wunmi knows?
No,
now,
hold on.
Let's even establish
Let
this.
me add this to the conversation, right? You've had an interesting question. So we've had two autopsies in toxicology, both inconclusive. Now, is Wunmi Adebanjo not a complainant? Escapade.
A complainant for
She's a complainant because her husband died and we're trying to find the cause of death.
yes, so she wants to know the cause of death.
Yeah, so she must be a complainant, right?
She's not. I don't know if the word complainant is, but if that's what you want, that's
all
fine.
All the members of the family on both sides, I believe that this guy was tried unjustly, should be complainants.
No, they didn't. They wanted to know the cause of death. They didn't say he was.
But do you actually believe she's a complainant?
I think if that's the word you want to use, then fine. I don't know what.
Forward, no. Whether she wants to put herself forward or not is a complainant, one. Secondly, I would have actually believed that if the family is divided, because I think originally when they started off with Sam Falls, the situation at the time would have been Sam Falls is representing the family until there is a disharmony somewhere. And at that point in time, the entire bunch would have been complainants. And I'm kind of bemused at this point in time where even Camp Wunmi themselves did not request for their own autopsy and toxicology. What do you think about that?
So why would, is he requesting for our own private autopsy and toxicology? What would that do?
Just the same as Joseph Aloba.
Yeah, what would that do? What would
that actually give us is actually that what if Joseph Aloba and his comrades come up with one that is false and they cook it up and make it up and all that kind of stuff? What if they sit side by the state and there is something in there that could have been debunked if there is an independent one, and the independent one could have been Berekete? In this case, it would have been the wife that is also fighting for justice that doesn't always make it clear in public that she doesn't trust Joseph Aloba. Do you actually think that a camp should have actually done that and nothing would have stopped them?
There's two. This is what you need to understand. Anyone that requests, like if there's a case in court or the police is investigating, it is because Baba do not trust the process. Baba does not trust the Lord. Baba does not trust the investigation going on, that he decided to do his own. If I trust the process,
Wunmi doesn't trust Baba. So why should Wunmi then accept Baba's outcome?
Why is Wumi accepting Baba's outcome?
Well, at the end of the day, that's what's going to happen. It's only two with law. Is the government one against Baba's one?
The only person that needs to be trusted, the only person.
I mean, look,
wait.
let's cut it.
Let me speak now. Let me speak, the IT guy.
Yeah.
1 second. 1 second.
Okay.
The thing is, there's a process, right? If you trust the process, you trust the process. If you don't trust the process, then you start going around the house like Baba is doing. If she trusts the police and she trusts the courts, why does she then need to go and be doing extra stuff?
Sorry, can I just ask you a question?
Please, I have a question for all of you guys on this platform. Now, let me ask you this question, and I rest my case. Please listen to me carefully. The pathologist report, right? Does it contain any broken vertebra on Mohbad's body? Yes or no?
Which, the first one?
Both. Does it contain any broken vertebra on Mohbad's body?
It doesn't contain any broken
So why are we now stressing ourselves? We all know that this guy has a broken leg. This guy has a broken neck. He's never contained. So why are you trusting this? I don't understand.
Hold on,
What can let it to be told? I don't like the fact that you guys are discussing something completely deviated from the truth.
No, you can't. Hold on, Richie. Now we need to start discussing like.
Hold on, please. Let me add my own and then you do, because if it doesn't contain broken bones, and the first pathologist said the body was decomposed, so it's inconclusive. The second person said it was decomposed. Will the body suddenly compose back again, or why are we talking about pathology?
Why should we go to broken bone doesn't contain any rusticated part of the body? Are you getting the point? Broken bones. When the body rusticated, you get the bones.
Richie, wait. You made the statement now. How did you know there's a broken bone?
Are you asking me a rhetorical?
I'm asking you because you said it. How did you know?
Because
you are believing. You saw what? How can you say a broken bone? Where did you say a broken bone?
Don't we observe the broken neck? Or do you want to say? You want to tell me Mohbad is a hermaphrodite that has the neck torn like a snake's?
Do you know what's in the neck, in the muscles of the neck?
I know. That's what I'm asking you. I know.
Hold on, Richie.
What you guys are talking about?
When we saw the picture of the coffin, and we saw how the body was maligned inside it, and we even saw a bandage around the knee and all that kind of stuff. What do you make of that, Escapade?
Bandage around the knee.
Yeah, but we saw that, didn't we?
I didn't see bandage around the knee. But if there's a bandage there, does it mean that do we put bandage over a broken bone?
What sort of injury would he have actually sort of like suffered from for us to have his body mangled all over the place?
I don't know about mangled. I mean, you are saying that you saw bandage. If there's a bandage around the knee, does that signify the bone is broken?
Yeah, but
so the thing is, you can't use what Richie is trying to do is he's looked at pictures on the internet and then concluded. Let me finish. Wait. No, let me finish. You have observed videos over the internet, and now you are concluding against two pathologists.
Go back to the.
Are you saying the video was manipulated? Is that where your narrative is going to?
No, you was not understanding, guys.
I don't understand why is arguing this. This is a blind argument.
It is you that is arguing blindly because you are using your picture.
You reference them. You reference them using a video, a picture.
Escapade.
Something that's obvious.
Why are we talking about?
Obvious from what?
Since when human anatomy, right, describe us as an hermaphrodite that our neck are bent to 360 degrees without any broken bones.
Let's not add 360 degrees. Don't try to sugarcoat your story.
Yeah.
You said it was clear. Richie, it was clear from what? From what?
45 degrees, right?
How is it clear to you? Tell me what you saw that it is clear. Is it not picture?
Richie, hold on. Are you saying that he had broken bones? Is that what you're saying?
Exactly.
Okay, hold on, Richie, please. I'm trying to understand because I'm not going to debate about things I don't know anything about. So you're saying he had broken bones. The first pathology. Oh, okay, fine, fantastic. I agree with you. Okay, fine. He had broken bones. However, you found that out. But the first pathologist did not include it in the report, and the second pathologist did not include it there. Why?
That's what I'm asking you guys. So why are you debating on
What do you
something
mean
else?
with me, guys? I'm asking
Because
you, what
they're
do you
all
think?
shenanigans, a pathetic result.
No, don't now. We're not. Don't say we guys. I don't. This is why I don't like.
I said, no, they are. I'm not referring
I
to
really
you.
like
I'm
IT guys
talking about
platform
the
because I
result of
think.
the pathologist is
No,
fraud.
it's okay.
No,
It's
now
okay.
let me
Both.
land.
I'm not talking to you.
Hold on. I
Are you not
understand.
listening to me?
Hold on,
Dolly
Richie.
P,
We are not
get my
talking
point
about
right.
anything outside what we know already.
Hold
So
on, Richie. Let me try to land. I'm not. This is why I don't want one team Kiniko. You said you've observed wherever. I'm not asking, but there's a broken bone. But are we saying, or are we thinking, or is the general consensus now that the first pathology and the second pathologies have been sabotaged? Is that the thinking? Or
I
that
don't
they are
care.
incompetent? I'm
Those
trying to
two
understand.
reports are pathetic.
what if that is
For
the
the
case?
pit of
What if
hell.
that is,
They
no,
are both
hold
pathetic.
on, Richie. Dolly P. That assertion, what you've just mentioned, what if that is the case? Who else?
That's what I'm trying. No, I don't know. I'm trying
It
to
would have been the
understand.
wife. It would have been the wife of the deceased also looking for justice that will ensure that Mr. Joseph Aloba doesn't collude with the government to lie to the public.
I like what you've just said. Hold on. I'm trying to understand what they say because then it's from there we can take it. If you say the first pathologist lie, why would the second one that Baba paid?
Because they are working together. Because this whole thing is fixed.
Thank you,
Okay,
IT
then.
guy.
All right,
This is what I
okay.
said. This is what I said initially, and people are just getting too emotional. Well,
Because you are basing again. I mean, you broke. Hold on, Dolly P. I mean, IT guy, you open the platform and you want to discuss facts, and then you are coming with.
I'm speaking my mind. I'm speaking
I know.
my mind.
I agree that I'm speaking, but
when I speak
Richie,
my mind.
I accept that. I accept that.
I don't have to do research. I don't have to do research to speak my mind.
I absolutely accept that. But what Richie is bringing, what Richie is thinking is you are taking that as a fact that there's a broken neck based on what you saw. You cannot look at a picture and be arguing against pathologists.
No.
Richie is saying it's a known fact that the neck is broken. Where is your fact?
Let's follow this.
Are you a magician?
There's broken bone. Hold on. There's broken bone. So first pathologist like second pathologist, you now want a young widow that's already been accused. What do you want her to go and say? It's a lie. All of you are lying.
I'm not even talking about women now. I'm just saying. Listen, I came from Dolly P. It's not about women now. It's about the planned work.
I understand. Okay.
If six pathologists did it, you will still become with conspiracy theory.
If the first pathologist lie, the second pathologist, that means you can call 3 other pathologists and they will also lie and we'll still be having the same
No.
Until they get the one that says we make my Mohbad, that is when they will be arrested.
Let me make this clear.
I'm trying to understand the gist of.
Hold on,
because if it's a conspiracy, that means they are fighting against conspiracy. You can't win.
Hold on, let me give you this. Even in England, something happens, right? You don't trust the system and you don't trust your husband and your husband's family, right? And you are a wife and you're really truly fighting for justice. Whilst everybody is doing the autopsy and toxicology, you're also doing yours as well. And then if that is hold on now. When Baba went to Brekete, he fooled the public. He got in there. He won his war there for public to carry on donating money to him and all that kind of stuff, right? And I think that if Brekete had actually done the independent one, and I know what Brekete is built his entire career, and I don't think Brekete will jump into bed with the government. And I think everybody up and down the land would have actually believed whatever it is that comes out of secondary autopsy and toxicology that is coming from Brekete. They would have done it scientifically, they have done it justly, they would have done it appropriately, it would have been sealed, and they would have actually had lawyers in that court that would have questioned the other lawyers on the other side on this pathology matter. And it will not be a case where the lawyers, the said public lawyers, are there to protect Joseph Aloba from his crimes rather than really going in there to actually prove to the public that they are fighting for Mohbad. Nobody in that court, in that inquest is telling us right now that misaligned neck that we saw in the coffin, for them to actually prove to us beyond reasonable doubt where we have autopsy, the pathologists or toxicologists on both sides trying to juxtapose the case and let the public know, okay, the neck may have been bent in the coffin, but it's not broken. This is the sort of the vertebrae. We took, I don't know, you can still take any form of a camera, a photo you want to take with all the technology that is in this world and prove to the public that the neck was unbroken.
Thank
But
you.
instead, what we have in there is shenanigan of placenta, shenanigan of someone getting drunk, shenanigan of someone
Stupid people. Stupid.
lapio is what we are getting. We did not get anything scientific for us that believe that we are enlightened to believe that both autopsy and toxicology is believable. Neither of it is believable. Both
so
of it
IT
is
guy.
wrong, and they are
IT guy.
just lying to us. And if
All of them are
the
lying to the
wife
pit of hell.
or
All of
an
IT
them.
guy.
independent party had gone in there, we would have actually had something that we say, okay, at least we have someone of independence. Some shit. He belongs to the government.
He belongs to
IT
them.
guy.
He's a public lawyer.
IT guy, 1 second. Before you went on, right? You said if you don't believe in the system and you don't believe in the other autopsy, the Baba's autopsy, then you don't. Is it wrong to believe in the system? Because everything you are saying now, like it's a crime to believe in the system.
We cannot believe in the system. That's the problem.
Well, it is the system that will still give you the justice that you want, though.
We are not going to get justice, is what I've been saying since.
Because you don't believe in the system.
Escapade. Let me ask you this question again. You guys, let me ask you guys a question. 1 second. I'm going to ask you guys a question again. The doctor's submission, right, at the last inquest, or whatever, maybe 2 inquests ago, the doctor's submission proved that this guy's body has already gone through rigor mortis stage. And when you go back, reverse back to the timing of the nurse, does that
What? First of all, that was a second hospital.
Listen, I don't care.
Richie, you have to care. Richie, you have to care. You are just saying things that I don't.
Are you not listening to me?
They are talking about second hospital.
How do you want? Listen, regardless of where you're coming from.
Richie, you can't just bring this up and think
you guys can laugh
not
about
challenge
this.
it.
Listen, you guys can laugh about this. Listen, you guys can laugh about this to the kingdom come. Are you getting it?
Go on, carry on.
Listen, scientifically and professionally, you cannot fault the doctor's report.
It was not. I'm not faulting.
And I'm saying, listen. Wait a minute. Wait a second, please. You are saying something. Whether I'm talking about the timing sequence of the event, okay? And when you look at the doctor's submission, right, it supersedes whatever the story and shenanigan stupid story that the non-story.
What did the doctor say?
Because the doctor said this body that he was looking at based on his examination, he said the body has already gone to rigor mortis and anything between over 3 hours to 24 hours. And when you now look at the timing, hang on a second. When you look at the timing of the event of the doctor, and now you want to go back to the timing of when the nurse came to the house. How does that meet? Are you guys? Don't let me say anything. I don't want to be insulting. Can you plug that in?
It's Richie.
First of all, Richie. You said we should drop that in.
Yeah, let's drop it.
It was the second hospital.
It doesn't add up. Listen, and forget about. Are you not listening? The timing.
Richie, relax. No.
So what timing?
Listen, victory is shenanigans.
Wait.
I'm not talking to your colleague. That's always ranting on the comment. It's not shenanigans.
No, Richie, forget the comments for now.
Forget going to the comments.
Now, what timing are you looking at, Richie? Like what timing from what time to what time?
Listen, what time did nurse came to the house? 2:30, right?
Okay, let's say 2:30. Then
right. And what time was the doctor's report?
I don't know. I'm trying to get what you're talking about.
I'm asking you now. What time is the doctor's report?
I don't know. You are telling us the thing. You have the evidence. You want to prove, show your evidence.
The time the doctor was making his report was around about 4:30. Okay.
4:30.
And he is now saying at that point that the body is, based on his examination, is well over 3 hours up to 24 hours. So when you
No.
now calculate that back, 2 hours different, if you want to be generous, it doesn't
Yeah.
even meet the report of when the nurse came to the house. Are you not getting the point?
That's the CTC is not out yet.
So you are
So,
saying
This is from
the doctor said his report at 4:30, right? And then the nurse said she got there when 2:00.
yeah, 2:30.
2:30. So you are looking at the 2 hour difference between when the doctor was making the report and
no,
when
and the doctor says at that time the body was over 3 hours or more.
the doctor cannot ascertain hours.
Oh my God! So you're faulting his professionalism, isn't it?
No,
That's what
no,
you're
I'm
saying.
not. No, I'm
Come
not.
on,
Let me
guys.
explain to you. Let me explain to you. The doctor will be talking about rigor mortis. Is that not? That is what they use to guide it now. They say, okay, the stages of death, first day, second day, third day, rigor mortis sets in from 2 hours, right? Depending on the body. These things the doctor cannot tell you 100% this is less than 3 hours. The 100% this is more than 3 hours. They can't. If you get what I'm saying, so I don't really know where you're going with. I don't really know where.
I like you. You know, you find that question a little bit.
Don't
Yeah.
No, it is because you are so.
So
You are,
that means
it
you died
is.
3 hours before. What is that? So what are we
I don't
doing
even
now?
understand. It's because you accept things even without even knowing the basics. That's what I'm saying.
What
I'm
do I
trying to
know
put
the
you now.
basics? I'm not
You
calling
are-
myself a doctor.
Exactly. So you are.
Yeah, I'm talking about from professional. Are you listening to this? A doctor. He said I examined. It not said he looked.
Yeah. And
That
he
means
didn't. He wouldn't give you specific hours
hang on a
now.
second. He applied his professionalism, and he said, right, that the body that he has examined is well over 3 hours.
He used well over.
24 hours. That's what he said. He didn't say 3 hours.
He said between 3
over
hours
3
and 24 hours.
Over 3 hours. Yes, and that's the gomotive stage. So what are you
Okay.
guys talking about? And when you
Okay,
look
so
at that
now-
time, does it match the time of the nurse when the nurse arrived at the house?
Hold on.
Come
So
on.
hold on now, Richie. Let me between 3 and 24 hours. You see how many 18-hour difference? This is why I'm telling you that they cannot say exactly the hour the thing happened.
Oh.
They use the stages.
Clap for yourself.
Because that's what I'm telling you. It's 18 to 24 hours is wide now.
Richie, hold on. I'm going to do this. First of all, the doctor who came and testified was from the second hospital. Remember, they went to a first hospital. Before they got to the second hospital, they...
I don't know why you're arguing about it. For me, which hospital, first or second, is irrelevant.
Yeah, he's just talking about
the timing of what the doctor said is what I'm
Queen Abi,
doing.
he's talking about the timing, not the hospital.
You don't like facts. You just like going in. You have been screaming.
The fact is the timing of the doctor's report. Are you not listening to me, Queen Abi? It's irrelevant which hospital is coming from. I'm not talking about the hospital.
Never say what you say.
The timing of the doctor was specific about his timing. Are you not getting the point?
Were you over there?
No, he's
Richie.
Listen,
were you at the corona?
Queen Abi, I'm disappointed you asked me this question.
Richie, let me accept.
I'm not spinning it because you would not listen.
Richie, now I'm accepting. Richie, I'm accepting.
The doctor, was very precise about the time sequence of event.
Okay.
So it's not me.
Okay, Richie. You know what I like to do? I like to accept whatever people throw at me when there's a conversation, right? Now I'm accepting that the doctor said he's been dead for over 5 hours. What is your point exactly?
Exactly.
My point, right? I've said to you guys. When you look at the story built for the nurse, right? The nurse said he came to the property, right, for the first time at 2:30 on that day. Right? And fast forward of the doctor's report, right? And the doctor mentioned about the body status. And he was very precise about his timing.
I get that, Richie.
So,
I get that now.
If you want to look into that, my brother, listen, honestly, this is not about Wumi or about anything.
It's not about anybody, it's about a conversation.
I'm just explaining something to you, which is very important. please, guys, honestly, when you now look into that, right, and you now want to look at the timing the doctors mentioned and the timing the nurse came to the house, it doesn't add up.
Okay,
Why
now,
are we
so,
arguing about this?
okay, no, see, I'm accepting you that it doesn't add up. So now, what could be the reason for it not adding up? One, probably.
Because those stories were built from the pit of hell.
So now, wait. Now, let me accept with you that okay.
Listen, I have to agree with Richie on this, Escapade. I have to agree with Richie on this. If you go by what the doctor had to say, now we're supposed to believe the doctors. They know what they're talking about. If you go by what the doctors had to say and the timing, and then you start backtracking, you have to backtrack from there, and that will determine around the time he passed. And then you start to determine the times that people started giving, what fits and what doesn't fit.
Okay, so
You have to work backwards on that one.
If you work backwards on that one, what could be the reason for? I'm trying to understand. All Richie is driving at is he's trying to eliminate the nurse, right? That maybe the nurse did not come, the nurse did not exist.
I don't get the story. It's a story. It's a fib. You know what fib means, bro?
Exactly.
Right?
So yeah. So now I know where you are going. The nurse does not exist. So the nurse coming to say that.
I don't care whether the nurse exists or not. Right?
So you don't want to accept where you are going.
Corroborate. Listen, the story of the nurse. You see, listen. You can lie. Listen, my brother.
Let me explain something.
Escapade, Richie. I know where we're going. I know how we got here. Right. This is my final submission. I'm gonna be, I don't know, accommodating enough again tomorrow to open this platform. You won't believe I set today to clean the house, but my wife is not around at the moment, so I want to surprise her. I've been cleaning the house and doing all the bits because she will pay a cleaner £30 or something a time to come and clean the place every Friday. So I've been dutiful. And it was when I was cleaning the toilet and bathroom upstairs that I thought about this whole thing that, we need to talk and all that kind of stuff. So I've done a great job today. I've also done a great job to open the platform.
Clap for yourself.
I've also done a great job to sort of like touch on the matters of the